Hello, my friends. Hello. Welcome into the Purple Penguin Craft Room. I'm Vicky. Today is going to be about making a candle for St. Patrick's Day. Or I guess pot of gold doesn't necessarily have to be for St. Patrick's Day, but I guess most people associate that with it. So this is a candle. It is a little pot of gold. How cute is that, you guys? It does light up. It does turn on. I'll show you how I put mine together. And bonus. I'm just going to kind of show you. There is two. At the end of the video, you can see both of them together for the pictures. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can see all the videos upcoming. We'll be doing some lives coming up too, so look forward to that. Let's get started. With this project, we're going to start with these pots. These are the St. Patrick's Day pots, the pot of gold. However, you can also find these for like the cauldrons for Halloween as well, like the witches' cauldrons. They also come that way as well, or you can use these vice versa. They're black pot cauldron things. They're universal. You can use them for two different holidays. These particular ones are from Dollar Tree. I have seen them before at Joann's and sometimes Walmart and Michael's as well as the Dollar Tree. I don't know that I've ever seen them at Hobby Lobby, only because Hobby Lobby doesn't typically do Halloween. It's just kind of against their thing. With the candles, we're just going to kind of put those off to the side. Again, you can get the candles pretty much anywhere. I've seen them at Fred Meyer's in big packs of them. It all just depends on where you want to get them. Like I said, I have seen them at Fred Meyer's, and they are actually a better quality, and you can get more of them. However, they are more expensive. Just a FYI on that. On the pots or cauldrons, I they come with handles. I liked to take mine off sometimes, most of the time. I'm just gonna say that. Just because I don't know, they kind of get in my way. I mean, you can put them back on if you want after you paint them, or not. It's totally up to you. I'm going to paint these, so I'm going to take these off. Sorry, you guys. um, they are on there. They are not coming off by far. As easy as I want them to. So like I said, I'm going to paint mine, and I'm going to do a stackable. I'm going to do one on top of the other just to make this a taller candle, because this is going to be my candle, like so. Um, but you can do them singly too if you wanted to do it a single instead of a double, or you can do a couple of each. That would be fun too. Totally up to you again. Going to go ahead and we're going to do chalk paint on this. I'm just going to use the Waverly, the matte finish. And the only reason I'm painting these is because I want a matte finish. I don't like this really shiny look that they've got going on. But that's just me, personal preference. You could totally just do this without doing it, without painting them at all. Totally not totally an option to not do it. But like I said, I like the matte finish look, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint mine real quick, just because I want to take that gloss, shiny off. And if it kind of looks a little rough of a paint job, that I'm okay with, because the kind of grungier it looks, it might look a little more interesting. So that's that. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like I said, you don't have to do this step if you don't want to, by far. Please don't if you don't want to. You like the little shiny look? It's totally up to you. Like I said, I'm just doing this real quick. I'm just gonna just do one real quick. We'll set that off to the side, and we'll pretend our other one is done as well. We'll go ahead and jump in here real quick. I've got these as well, and what I'm gonna do with these
these are going to go on the front. Now, these are kind of cool. They look like little charms. Okay, so you know the Mardi Gras beads that you can get for like Mardi Gras, but then they have them seasonally too. Like you can get them for Valentine's Day, you can get them for St. Patrick's Day as well. And basically, what it is, it's got a little charm and then like a couple of like beads, and they're all just kind of strung together, and you get them as a solid necklace. I like to get those and I take them apart. I just take your scissors and you just strip, cut the little. It's got a little string that went through it, and I like to save them. I That's what I do with them. I collect them and I save them. They also make really good borders too for wall hanging projects. They make really great borders, so don't overlook those. Um, it's kind of they're kind of fun to use. Like I said, I'm using them as just like beads. Basically, we're going to use classic green. This is my go-to green. I love this green. Again, because I don't like the shiny look, but of course, you could definitely do this with the shiny look too. Like you totally don't have to do this. But I absolutely love this color. So now we're going to work on our lights. And I have two of them just because why do one when you can do two, right? That's just how I look at it. So we need a pen. Thin cardboard, you could almost use anything. Like if you do cereal boxes, you can use that as thin cardboard. If you do macaroni and cheese, you can use the boxes thin cardboard. Flat um, fat pieces of fabric, like from Joann's or Hobby Lobby or anything like that. Anything that uses fat quarters or anything like that. They usually have a thin cardboard piece with the fabric. I save those. To each his own. But I'm going to go ahead. That's the kind of cardboard I'm using. We're going to go ahead and go like so. And we're going to now. There is a reason behind my madness on this. First of all, we're going to draw. Okay, so that's basically what my candle base. Okay, so if you think about this, so if you bring back your pot, your candle is just going to dive right in, right? It goes right in there. So you can tell it's still drying, but um, obviously that's not going to stay. So there's a couple different things you can do. You can put something in the bottom of your container that to rise it up so that it's level with the top. However, you have to remember it can't be something that's going to connect to this when you go put it down because you have to be able to take this out to be able to turn it on and off. All right, so I came up with my own little idea. It's all by myself. So I traced out my candle. What we're going to do is guesstimate about how much space I need to do a rim. And so I'm guessing my rim space is probably going to be like this. Probably going to be probably about half an inch to a little less than 3/4 of an inch ish. It doesn't have to be perfect. If I'm a little off, hopefully I'm a little off more than less, just because I can cut down versus add to. We'll have to start all over if we mess it up, which is fine. Trial and error are not it's not a bad thing. But if you do attempt this, maybe on your first one, go a little bit wide versus skinny. And I can show you why on that too. Okay, so we've got our piece now. Now this piece can go right on here. Sorry about that. Bring this back in. So this piece can go on here. Now, fortunately, I did go bigger than smaller, which is fine. I'm okay with that. So now I'm just gonna trim down a little bit all over. Like I said, this is kind of a trial and error kind of thing. And my goal is to try and get it to where it sits on there, but um, it but doesn't have much of a hangover because of the way we're doing this. I don't want it to hang over too much. If you think we go like that. Okay, that is perfect. All right, see how you can see the rim all the way around. Okay, that is going to be perfect. So now we just kind of estimate where our center is going to be on this. I'm going to cut a little bit of a hole with my scissors here. All I'm doing is a little hole. I don't want to do too big, but the goal here is we want to stick our candle in our hole here. So we're just going to slightly make it a little bit larger at a time to get it to where it can just squeeze over. Ah, perfect. Once we have that, then, ah, perfect, right? So now your candle is not going to dump in. You can pick it up, you can turn it on, and you can put it right back on. Perfect. I love this. Right? And then you can do whatever you want to the top. You can paint it, you can decorate it however you want. Right? It's totally up to you. Now, I do recommend that you glue underneath here because if you don't, um, this part is just going to kind of warp upwards and whatnot. So I'm just going to take my tacky glue and we're just going to glue it down underneath. And that will be just fine. And I'm not using hot glue on this just because this part is really slick and hot glue is just not going to adhere to that whatsoever. You can always rough it up with a sander, not a problem. Yeah. I do have, I did this in cardstock too. So this one is done in cardstock. So I have two. Got all these little wood circles. They're little flat wood circles. These were actually from Michael's, and they were in a kind of a I don't know what you want to call it. It was a pack, but it had three different size circles. These were the smaller of the circles, and they just happen to be just the right size that I'm looking for coin size. But you can use like if you cut up like erasers eraser sizes could totally do these as well. You could probably do, I don't know, you do the balsa wood. You could probably cut that wood as well if you wanted to do that. We're going to bring in, this is spackling, just some wall spackling. I got mine at Walmart. But you can get it at any of like home improvement stores or anything like that. Um, I said I got this at Walmart specifically. If you're looking for this same specific kind. So it's just, I've used quite a bit of this. I don't mind getting super messy, you guys. So I am going to use my finger. This is basically like, it's like almost like a, I want to call it like a wet clay almost. Now try not to get it anywhere on your candle portion of it because you still want to be able to see your candle. But we basically just want to goop it on like frosting. That's what it reminds me of. Like icing, like cake icing is what this is. Basically, a consistency. It's kind of wet, but it will dry hard. So, you know, and go all the way out to the rim. All the way out to the rim on it. Because you do want it to go all the way out. We're going to put a good amount on here. Basically, this is going to be your coins. You've got coins in your pot of gold, right? And so to help us out with our coins, we want to mound it up. You can add glue to this too if you want. It helps things kind of stick together. Okay, so we've got a very thick mount. It looks like, you know, the top of a cupcake, right? So that's fine. And like I said, we do get a little messy. Totally okay. Now, we're going to take all of our little wood discs that look like coins, and we're just going to randomly, you can just glue them back in. No big deal. There we go. So I'm going to paint it. First, I want to paint it with a yellow. So this is a matte finish, and it's, what's it, goldenrod. Goldenrod. It's just like a deep, it's like a more of a darker yellow. A darker kind of yellow. And we're just going to paint it yellow. This painted yellow, I want it to look more gold, not just yellow, right? So we're going to go ahead with this. It's a metallic gold color by Delta. This is a really, really, really old paint. I can't even tell you how old it is. It's beyond years and years and years. And I've just had it forever. I don't use it a whole heck of a lot, but it's lasted, which is nice. We're just gonna, sorry, I can't find the right brush that I really want to use. And it comes on very, it works so much better when it goes onto yellow. If I was to put this on white, it would kind of have like an iridescent kind of look to it, and it doesn't really coat as well. But when you put it over yellow, it just works really well with it. And I'm not sure if that's going to be with any other type of paint you're going to use. Just have to experiment with it. That's totally up to you. If you want to do glitter or make it shiny, you know, you can do whatever you feel like it might look good. But it's, you can tell it's starting to look more like gold. That's awesome. Set that off to the side for a second because I have one that is all the way done. How cute is that? Let's go ahead, turn it on so you can see it. And then we have our black. See how they're toned down? They are not shiny or anything. This fits right inside there. How cute is that, you guys? So that looks absolutely great. How cool is that? All right. And let's go ahead and just save our power here. We'll just set him off to the side. Let's finish up with our containers. So I want to go ahead, I want to wrap them. So we're just going to take some jute, and I believe this is from Walmart. I either get my jute from either Walmart or from Dollar Tree. Lately, I've been getting it from Walmart just because it's a little bit better quality and a little thicker. Sometimes I kind of like the little bit thicker. We're going to start, this is the side because it's got, you can see it's got the handle. And we're going to wrap it around twice. just to kind of give it that look that I'm looking for. Now we're going to stack two of these on top of each other. You can do single. You want to do single. Oops, I got some yellow on there. It's fine. Um, I'll paint over that. That's a good part of crafting. Sometimes you get boo-boos. You just kind of fix them as you go. We're going to do this to both of them here. Again, we're just wrapping twice around. All right. And then, so we've got both of them wrapped. Looks good. Now we're going to stack them and we're going to glue them together. So this is going to take a little bit of dry time. Sure we line up the sides right. And that's just going to have to dry for a little bit too. Remember we did those little shamrocks. So that's the painted side. That's the unpainted side. So got a little bit duller. I like that. Go ahead. I'm just going to rough them up a little because I think they might glue a little bit better if we do that. This is just my gator sander. Just going to hold this together so you guys can see that for right now. Obviously, everything's going to have to dry. There will be a full-on pictures at the end of this so you can see it. And then we just put this in here. How cute is that, you guys? So cute. That looks awesome. And you can add a bow to it if you want. I think it just needs to be simple. And in that, and you can take it off, put it back on. You know, if you want to just do singles, you could do singles. It does not have to be a double like this. I just like it a little bit taller. But again, you can also, like if you want to, you could do a single and a double. Like that would be kind of cool in itself too. All right, that's our project for today. A candle holder, or a candle, for St. Patrick's Day. A potted candle. All right, you guys, keep on coming back to the Purple Penguin Craft Room, and I'll catch you later. Keep on crafting.